So, we return after a few weeks of absence to the Cold Mountain. Last session was dominated by your traversing of White Wing Bridge, the bridge that connects between Mount Archelon and Eastfang, the mountain to its direct east. You were aided in your journey by a number of different characters. From Clan Archelon, you freed High Marshal Archelon Kadra from her bindings. Don't know why I said that so weirdly. And she seemed very keen to get moving and find her lost brother, your dear friend and comrade in arms, Archelon Jorik. Also joined by Archelon Kira, who seemed to have pledged her loyalty to Kadra and somewhat against Archelon Harker. So as part of the deal to release Kadra, he wanted you to take Kira to essentially get her out of his hair and not have to have anyone asking any questions, and really leave the Warsworn in charge of not High Marshal, Wing Captain Archelon Tarak, who's a lot more in line with Harker's ideals. But with that in mind, you're here to do a job. You travelled, and with Kira's help, there was no issue or obstacle until you reached the bridge itself, where you were warned by a dark champion, someone who had been bested previously, a spirit that seemed to watch over this land, and came to warn you that you were walking into an ambush. You stepped cautiously onto the bridge and were ready when the ambush struck. Spirits, under the command of some dark force, loomed out of various statues and assaulted you. As you began to push across the bridge, two frost giants, zombies risen from their death at your own hands, assaulted you from the Mount Archelon side, and a large spectral dragon, again something that you all killed, came roaring out of the bridge itself and attacked you. Things got pretty hairy, but you clung together and pushed forward and supported each other and managed to make it to the other side with a little bit of help from a travelling family who happened to come across you and just wanted to help. What lovely people. And a new figure that Grey had been warned to look out for, an Earth Ganassi, who has introduced herself now as Oriana, who didn't really get to do much helping, but, you know, just a bit of moral support.
You arrive precisely when she means.
Exactly.
Moral support is a very kind word to say, Tom.
But you made it to the other side without losing anybody, and upon meeting properly and discussing who you were and when you've come from, you found that the family were there to honor. The father was taking his son, his daughter and her husband up to see. Got that the wrong way around. I can't remember which way around it is. But they're taking them to see where the mother had been killed, though I'm sure you've all got your thoughts about that. And Oriana presented Grey with a book, a large dusty tome, which had some interesting and concerning information within it. The very last thing that happened was that upon giving the book to Kadra and Kira to have a look, Kadra seemed to have a flash of insight, perhaps given from her deity Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, and said that Jorik is alive, but he needs help now, and wanted to force march everyone towards the entrance into Eastfang, or one of the entrances. There are multiple mine shafts. But seeing sense and Kadra being a very practical individual, Bungo convinced her to rest for the night, that you might be ready to go and refreshed in the morning. So I will take us over to our nighttime scene. Is there anything Oh, there we go. Atala wants to do 3 things.
Thank God for
before
that.
sleep. What are these things, Atala? If you remember. And if you're there.
Party, rock hard.
I wouldn't have remembered otherwise. Hold on. A little bit.
Sex and drugs and rock and roll.
That's 4 things, Stefan. Ah!
Oh my God! Sorry. Sex and drugs and roll.
Okay. Do you remember?
I wanted to do 3 things.
Yep.
What those 3 things were. Fuck me if I remember. Ooh.
I put in my notes for this session as a singular note
I'm gonna look.
that Atala wanted to cast Identify on the ledger before she went to sleep.
Yeah.
That's one.
What was the other 2?
It's a mystery.
Fuck. Oh, I swear I wrote them down.
You could look in the recording.
Did I say them out
I
loud?
was gonna say.
You didn't.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I watched it back a couple of times now.
Oh well. Guess that's yeah.
Maybe we'll come back to
Got the
you.
one.
Yeah, casting the Identify spell. It's a simple ritual for you. And yes, as the spell comes to a conclusion, this book does have magical effect on it. The book itself isn't a magical item. It seems to have been the subject of a spell akin to the spell scrying. And you get the sense that there is some force that has used this book as a way to look and see who is holding the book, who is around the book, who has the book.
Right.
How rude.
Yeah.
Does she mention that at all?
And yeah, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I should mention it. Yeah, this would be before sleep as well.
Mm-hmm.
Would Atala mention that to everyone else?
Yeah, she would have. Yeah.
Gray would probably ask whether or not, if you could identify that, if there's any means of, if she's familiar with the scrying spell, and if she could have any idea of who, or if they were currently scrying.
I think she'd probably be familiar with the scrying spell. I don't know what level it is though. It might be quite high.
I think with your reading and with the origins of your knowledge, you would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know that there isn't necessarily, unless it's cast on you, there isn't necessarily a way for you to figure that out easily. However, with things that have happened and choices that have been made, you feel a sort of warmth coming from your bag, and you get the sense that should you attempt to do so, you could try to find out who is the source of the scrying spell.
How? With a spell?
You know, you get the sense that you just need to channel your energy, your power.
Your Uno reverse card.
And an Arcana check, or if you would rather make a spell attack roll with your spell attack modifier. Either would be fine.
Yeah, she'll just tell you, Gray, to just leave it with her. She'll try and figure something out of it in some time.
So yeah, for the meantime, you can keep hold of it if that's the case. I don't want anything to do with it.
Fair enough. What a roll, Tom?
Your choice, either Arcana or a spell attack roll.
Okay.
Oh, while you make that roll, I need to beat RB.
Okay. I cannot find what the other two things were. It's so annoying.
Hmm.
Where did I write them?
Did Natalie ever find her notepad?
Not sure.
No.
Hmm.
What else happened last session? Because I'm guessing it's something you would have only thought of at the very end.
I handed the book.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you thought of prior to the battle or during the battle? Because that was basically the entire session last time was great big dead dragon.
I mean, there is the trio family.
Mhm.
Which I'm,
Who are obviously not very nice people.
what are you talking about? They're lovely people.
Lovely people, absolutely lovely. Not suspicious at all.
I assume you would have, I don't know, had some special interaction with them, maybe? Or that have been a thing?
It was mostly about the book, if I remember. But just can't
Its
remember what.
names are in the book, aren't they? It's a ledger.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
The only one that knew anything about it was Kadra, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I literally just haven't written it down anywhere, apparently. It's super annoying.
Have you got any spells that you were going to prepare or cast? Maybe like big ones?
I'm a warlock. I just get my spells that I have. None of them are useful apart from identify.
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, no, I do remember. One of them was not to do with the book, but to do with my book. Okay, I do remember.
Oh, there we go.
At least
That's one.
one other thing.
I have returned.
Hello.
No.
Hey.
Hannah remembered, I think.
Ooh,
I remembered
awesome.
I remembered one of the things. It was quite simple, really. Just to, I'm not sure if they have to do it, Tom, but to use my warlocky thing, so I don't know if I have to have them put their name in my book, or if I can just put their name in my book.
What does the ability say?
I'll put it in.
Have a little read. What did you roll? 20. Ooh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you have to have them put their name in the book, but you could just do Death Note rules.
Yeah.
Yes, again, with that surge of power, you get the feeling that you are very much able to bend the rules
Nice.
with the decision that you made. So I would be completely fine with that.
Should just write everyone's name in her book then.
Okay.
Oh god, what is this book?
Yeah, don't tell him.
I won't tell him. And just look on.
No, don't look. Don't do
Okay.
don't do the spoilers.
With a 20, you are able to make some headway. You can feel immediately as you connect with the book and with this magic upon it that there is a contest of wills, and the will you press against is incredibly strong. But a 20, even a dirty 20 is a good score. And you press forward, in your mind, anyone near you can see beads of sweat beginning to pop across your forehead. And it's almost like you are channeling your vision yourself through the stone of Eastfang itself. You go down through the stone. Flashes of images that into your a dark, cold study with a strange portcullis, like a gate to the back of it, steel rods twisted and yet still forming a clear barrier to anyone trying to get in. In this study is a hunched figure in dark robes. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Later.
Anyone ever had to roll perception when scrying? Weird.
Is Atala scrying?
Kind
Kinda.
of.
Have scrying properly.
13.
I do.
You sense two things. One, that power is being channeled through this individual. This individual is not the source of the great kind of willpower that you are feeling in resistance. And two, you pick out some features, though this figure sits in the dark and is clearly even not just the dark robes, but their own skin tone is black. You see a slight sheen, it looks like they might be scaly. Their skin, and they have very dark black skin. It's quite small horns sticking out on the back of their head. They look to be dragonborn, and they seem to be furiously scribbling into a book in front of them.
Okay.
But your vision doesn't stay. This is the extent of your will as you push in, and just as quickly as you arrive in that situation, you are buffeted back and find your awareness, your perception, just thrown back into your body with quite a sharp lunge, if you like. And you find yourself back crouched with everyone else around you.
Okay. I think she would just sort of describe whatever she could see. I don't suppose you can tell, like, the area that was from, like, location-wise.
You felt that it was within the mountain and lower down, deeper than where you stand now.
Okay. In the general direction of where we're going?
Yeah. With a 20, yeah. You think so?
I'll make sure to tell everyone that then. I'm not really sure what to make of it otherwise, really.
Yeah, I don't really know what Bungo would reply to that.
Yeah.
From Bungo's perspective, what has Atala just done?
She has placed a hand on the book that Oriana has brought over and that Kadra seemed to have such a strong reaction to. Closed her eyes and...
Is it babbling in tongues?
No, nothing like that. Just closed her eyes. She does look like there's some stress, like strain, a sheen of sweat across her forehead. And then after only a few moments, her eyes open again and she kind of doesn't get thrown back, but staggers in place a little bit before telling you what she saw.
Would Bungo be able to recognise it as a sort of version of the scrying spell?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he would say that I could prepare. I could prepare a spell of scrying for tomorrow. If that would help us further investigate this.
Components, Bungo, and
I do.
Oh.
Tom, at the beginning of the campaign, said that Bungo, within their 5 years, would have been able to report just the orb.
Okay.
Yep.
If you think you'll be able to see any more than Hatch did, maybe it'll be worth it.
I mean, it might be worth a go. However, does the target know if you fail?
I think they might.
Just
My memory says so, but I can't remember fully.
Instead of targeting a creature, you can see a location you've seen before as the target of the spell. Interesting. This is interesting because Does Bungo know that Atala has her Gaze of Two Minds ability? Or would Atala have kept that completely secret?
I don't know if you would have seen her use it, really. I've only used it one time.
No, I know, that's why if
That was
she...
during a dream.
That's why I'm asking if she's said about it before or not. Be honest, like if you haven't, if you think you haven't, then that's totally fine.
I mean, I'm just thinking of it like find familiar. So she might have described it as like an adjusted find familiar type thing, where she can sort of do that. She might have described it in that way, anyway.
Do you think that's okay, Tom?
Yeah.
If in that case, then I'd like Bungo perhaps would suggest the idea that with channeling her Gaze of Two Minds, because it says in the scrying site, instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before as a target of the spell. So Bungo's thinking / my thinking is that maybe we can see what she's writing in that book.
Potentially.
Which
Maybe.
could be very useful information.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be. I have to touch a willing humanoid, so I suppose I'll be touching Bungo while he
Bungo,
cuts.
yeah.
Tell me more.
Mm.
Sakes.
No.
Right. Well, that's in the morning anyway, and I can't remember my third thing, so.
Yeah. So with Kira there with you, you easily find a decently sheltered spot. She has plenty of equipment, and between a lot of you, you manage to pull together a worthwhile camp for the night, and there's quite a few of you here. Kadra says that she will take a watch, and the Sky Veils say that they will happily take the other watches. Unless anybody else would intervene or insist that they do so.
No, I think Bungo would just be preparing spells for the next day.
Yeah. So you settle down. It is, of course, cold, but with the equipment you have keeping you up off the snow and the tents, giving you cover, Kira's advice on how best to survive in these frigid climes helps you settle down to sleep. For many of you, this is just a simple... In fact, no, for all of you, this is a simple sleep of exhaustion. You fought a long, difficult battle and traversed across the bridge, and this journey has taken much from you. You can all take the benefits of a long rest.
Ugh. Fuck for that.
Get your HPs back up, reset your abilities as needed. Do the same for Kira and Kadra. And as dawn breaks, Kadra would be the first up, and she would be loudly clanging her halberd against her shield, getting you all woken up and just proclaiming, "You can have a few minutes to eat, but we need to move. Every minute could be a minute that my brother needs."
Bungo will cast a few spells.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to cast Aid at 5th level.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to do it on... Use some good choices. He's going to do it on himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do it on Atala. And I think Sandrao as well. An extra 20 to your maximum and current HP.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And furthermore, he is also going to cast. Once I can fucking find it to prepare it. Fuck is it? Where is it? I'm sure it's 3rd level. Oh, this is super irritating. Where is it? Peanuts say can't search. It's called motivational there. It was the 3rd level. So I need to unprepare as well. Sorry.
Alright.
No, I'm not going to unprepare. Speak with dead Tom. I'm just holding this against you forever. Let's unprepare. I don't think I need sending. And let's get a motivational speech going. Sorry, this is super probably boring for me to listen to. Right, so you address allies, blah blah blah. She got 5 creatures. You can say you give 5 temporary hit points at higher levels. So I will cast this at 4th level.
How long does it last?
It lasts 1 hour.
Yeah, but
So-
temporary. Does it say the temporary HP goes after the hour?
Let's have a look. Mention each affected creature. Once an affected creature loses the temporary hit points granted, the spell ends for that creature. For the duration, each affected creature gains 5 temporary hit points and has advantage on wisdom saves. If an affected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll. Once an affected creature loses the temporary hit points granted by the spell ends for that creature. I don't know.
No. If it doesn't say, then no. Then they'll just last until the next rest.
Yeah.
Or until they get taken up.
I
Cool.
I imagine they'd lose the wisdom save stuff after an hour, but yeah.
Who's the 5?
So the 5 will be myself, Atala, Sandral, Aethelbert, and Grey.
Thank you.
For an extra 10, because I'm casting at 4th level.
Oh shit, 10.
10
Got it.
temporary HP.
Very cool. Grey. During this kind of the breakfast rituals, Bungo doing his stuff, Atala, you would have been approached by Dr. Wren Skyvale, and with a quiet word, just says, we're very grateful again that you allowed us to camp with you, safety and numbers and all that. I wanted to say thank you and shake your hand, and holds out a hand.
I'm sure you are. And she will hold out a hand as well.
Yeah, and as Dr. Wren touches your hand, he casts Death Ward on you.
Okay.
Just gives you a warm, knowing smile, shakes your hand up and down slowly for a moment before backing up, just saying, I'll make sure they're ready to move.
I think it'll be soon. Looks around. Bungo, did you want to try the scrying, or should we go?
I can try it now if you want me to.
Just not sure how much it'll garner. Such a high
Maybe
level spell.
Maybe at the end of the day, depending on what we face.
Okay.
Come on, everyone. And he looks to... No, I can't. I was going to say he looks to Dr. Wren and goes, we'll slither up that mountain in no time. But that feels too much.
Cool. Yeah, Kadra is pleased to see that everybody's moving, and with unerring determination sets off in a northerly direction, skirting around the side of the mountain, East Fang. She leads you to take you back to the regional map. She leads you northwards around the mountain towards what, if anybody asked, you would be told is an old mining area long since abandoned, called Red Axe Mine, populated by miners from Mirabar previously, but has since been left by itself. She leads you through old, you see a few old sort of shacks and discarded equipment, but she is undeterred and just presses straight onwards, and eventually leads you up to a opening, a mine shaft. But as she marches up to it, she swiftly realizes, as the rest of you would do too, that the shaft, the opening itself, has been collapsed inwards.
Shit.
Is this the shaft Oriana originally went in?
This is not, but you do recognize some of the landmarks nearby, and you know that that opening that you went into is probably only about 10 minutes hike away from here.
Can she guide them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm useful.
Yeah.
You did it.
Kaedra's immediate frustration turns into an appraising eye and a nod of respect to you, Oriana, as you guide people. Is Oriana vocal in her guiding, or she just kind of set off trudging through the snow?
She would probably tap, I can't remember her name, sorry, my brain is
Kaedra?
not there today, Kaedra on the shoulder and just basically indicate to follow and
Mhm.
just goes off. She's not
Yeah.
going to check if people are actually following, she's just going to go.
Yeah. Funnily enough, that what usually might not endear you to people, for Kaedra, she's actually like, this person understands. And with an initial frown turns into a determined stance as she waves for everyone else to follow, and you begin to head around. And before too long, you come across a small opening between two small peaks leading into a valley, and a very small opening, only about 10 feet wide. You got... Stop raising your eyebrows at me, you pervert, you mountain pervert. But you reach this point, and Oriana, you recognize this as where you were before.
Okay.
Bungo would sort of nod to her and just say, "Thank you."
She nod. She doesn't understand why he's thanking her.
For bringing us here.
Again, she'd nod. One thing I think she would want to try and communicate
Mhm.
is the danger inside, and also dragons.
Heck. What, like outside or inside?
Outside.
Okay.
Trying to think about what she'd do because she doesn't speak very well. She'd point at the sky and just say, "Dragon, pull, be aware." And then she'd point to the mine and go, "Inside, very bad. Men, the men, and they have big teeth." And she's like doing a claw, sort of like a jaw motion with her hands. Very big teeth. They hungry, they will eat you, eat everyone.
Well, that doesn't sound very
Go
pleasant.
for the mouth, the jaw,
So
the head, smash it.
sounds like we might need to sneak in. Questionable question.
She would be nodding.
Yeah. Is this the only way you know in, or is there a more discreet way?
Only way I know.
Well, at least we know what we might be facing.
Yeah, it's very useful information. I'm not really sure how to get around it, though.
Go through it. Not around, go through.
I mean, there's a lot of us trudging in. They're gonna notice.
I think the quicker we go through, I can't help but agree with our good friend Gray's new companion, well, our new companion. I can't help but agree that the quicker we go through, the quicker we're at we're with Jorek. He kind of looks to Kadra.
Yeah, Kadra's got a stony stare at the opening itself, and you can see she's gripping her halberd tightly, and sort of just gives a sort of sideways nod to you, Bungo. Dr. Wren speaks up and says, we've no real interest of going in there ourselves. We appreciate the safety that you've granted us with the numbers, but if you're worried about dragons, we could keep an eye out here, make sure your escape route, if needed, is undeterred.
What sort of time is it?
You haven't been traveling very long. It's probably about mid-morning, late morning.
Could say then if they haven't anywhere else to be, then yeah, if they don't mind kind of just keeping an eye out at the front. But if we're not out by midnight or something, then to just leave us.
Well, as long as you're sure. Thank you all for your brief but enjoyable companionship, and we'll be right here until midnight at the latest.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll be out by then.
Yes.
Yes, I hope so too. And his gaze lingers on you,
So,
Atala,
can
making
I-
eye contact.
Can I just so this mine,
Mm-hmm.
is this, if we go through it, where do we think it comes out?
Don't think we have any idea.
You've little idea. You could ask the Dragonborn that are with you. Gray still has old Bjarna Baghorn's map of the local mountains.
I'm just gonna sort of pose that question to everyone, really. Just say, do we think if we pass through, is this a passage? Because Oriana suggested going through here, right? So
It's more in.
Are we coming out the
It's
other
a
end?
mine.
Yeah,
It's a mine.
Oriana went in for a bit, but didn't go far.
Yeah, it's not really a tunnel, it's a mine, so it's only gonna
Yeah.
go down, down, down.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is
Okay.
is this? Do we need to go in here then, or is this where we want to go?
I don't think Cadra's gonna give us any choice.
No, but I mean, is this the way to Eastfang?
But
You're-
towards...
You're stood on Eastfang. Eastfang's the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
I assume if Cadra's
Mine
like happy to head in, then we'll
Red
probably follow.
Yeah, Kadra's about 5 seconds away from just walking in there herself.
Yeah, let's go in there then. Before we go in there, Kieran, you have not leveled up Sandrow, just to let you know, and I don't want you to die.
Oh shit!
One
MVP.
level.
When did we level up?
I think last session.
Yep.
Kieran left before you said it, Tom.
Oh, sorry, Kieran. I should have let you know.
Ah, yeah. That's
Oh, okay. I don't think I should. I'll just have to.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes, getting over the bridge was a milestone. Okay, yeah. Without further ado, then Kadra heads inside, leading the way. As you step in, you'll greet the light from outside. It's just swallowed by the darkness of this old mine, and I'll move us over.
It's spooky and dark.
It's very spooky and dark. Match is spooky, man.
Okay, could
I think
you
on the way in as well, Atala would have given the snake people a little bit of a look.
Yeah? Is she trying to communicate anything by it?
Just like a questionable, what's your motive, where are you actually going to go sort of thing, but
If you looked over, the three of them who had been like going through all the motions of setting up a small camp would all just stop, and all three like turn to look at you and just hold your eye contact as you look over. But they don't say anything.
Sneaky little bugs.
creepers.
Towards the bottom right, I'm pinging where you can drag your tokens out. It is a small mine shaft, so you'll have to cram yourselves in.
Fuck is my token? Heroes. There we go.
The hell? Why can't I drag mine out? That's weird.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm assuming because I'm a halfling. I'm
Yep.
gonna cast light.
Would anybody? Yep, cast light. I'll put some light on you.
I'm a human, Tom, but I'm a human with snake eyes now, so
Oh yes, very true. Hold
I
on.
see things.
Why not drag myself out?
You're not allowed to do it anymore.
What?
I decided.
You. But no, like,
Where are we going?
I'm pinging towards the bottom right of the map. George, if you look for my ping.
I'll ping too.
I can't see a thing.
I don't know why, but I legit cannot drag myself out. It's weird.
Maybe the editing privileges have been
Oh, I
edited,
see.
changed by
It's a long
accident.
map.
Let me have a look at you, Gray.
And it's 120 feet,
20.
just so you know. I don't know if you know.
That's as far as the bar. Oh, no.
Oh, yep, I'll
Hell,
change that. Thank you.
Somewhere there.
Can you move yourself, Gray? I've just dragged you out.
Ooh.
No, I've lost control.
You lost control?
I've lost
That's super
control.
weird.
Oh, no.
It is. But I can see. So I can see through him.
That's super weird.
Try refreshing your page, Steph.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah, I've just noticed it doesn't have you as connected along the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
strange because
yeah.
he was following the map. He moved over, so. Can you control you now?
Sounds like a Roll20 issue.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, I can't see me on the bottom.
Am
I logged in? Bear with me. Let's see if I'm like. I should be logged in, yeah.
And Kira.
Oh no, because I'm logged in as Georgie.
There we
Why are
go.
you logged in as
Ah, there you
me,
go.
Stephanie? Stephanie,
Bitch.
you aren't me.
Or is he?
Okay.
Yay, there we go, we're good.
As you cram yourselves into this confined space, you see old, disused minecart lines beneath your feet, making it difficult to keep your balance. The walls around you have a mixture of this very faint sort of sheen of moisture, and dust is around as well. The walls are worked, but it's a rough job. Any of you with any experience of dwarven culture or mining at all would recognize that this is not. This looks like an exploratory mine shaft that would later on be worked down. Also, this map is awesome. I didn't make it, and any torches you see are not there, and they will not have any light coming from them. So just imagine they're not on the map. But everything else is as you see.
Can we hear anything?
And do a perception check.
Yeah, I'll do one as well.
Yep.
Oh wait, did I roll an advantage?
Ooh.
No,
Both very good.
Wait,
You
I want to see if I
hear.
get the nat 20 because I didn't roll advantage by accident.
Oh, yep. Both of you, there is an oppressive stillness, but it is broken, and it's broken by what sounds like a whispering or a muttering, quite sad and a little bit frantic, coming from around this opening to your south on the map.
I think Oriana would have been heading towards that spot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to move her to the opening.
Yep.
Ah, she is still there.
Yep, Oriana,
Okay.
you see a figure that you are familiar with.
Oriana's going to do exactly the same thing she did last time. She's going to go up to the lady. She's going to wave her hand in front of her and go, "Are you okay?"
And just like last time, the waving hand doesn't do anything, but when your voice, when you speak to her, the figure slowly turns towards you, and with this sad face, this long, tumbling, spectral white hair about her feminine features, she just says, "Please help, please."
Oriana would say, "What help?"
She do a just a straight charisma check for me, please, Oriana.
Okay, dokie. This one? And then that button?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. And then this button? Did I do it?
No, you're done.
What? I did it? I did a 5!
He just says, "Please help me, please." And you can see these like glittering, silvery, spectral tears running down her cheeks.
Does Bungo recognise what this creature is?
This creature seems to be a ghost, a spirit of some kind.
Yeah. Is there a body in the room?
With just your passive perception, you can see there is no body in the room. There is old broken
I hate
furniture, some old blood stains on the floor. There is a chest on the far side of the room that looks to be locked.
Ghosts aren't common, are they? Like, have most of us seen a ghost?
Sorry?
Has most of us seen a ghost?
I mean, Bungo
Ever?
definitely has, but that's
The
only-
arrows all certainly
Arrows
have.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just standing back with a sketchbook, like, what the hell?
But Bungo will approach and say, "Hello, can you see us?"
Do a charisma check for me, please, Bungo.
I got one better than Oriana. We're such a good
Please.
team.
Please help.
Can Sandra go over to the box?
Yeah, absolutely. Covered in
Yeah.
dust, and you can see there are some old tools sort of resting on the top of it. What would you like to do?
She looks at the ghost, thinking maybe what she wants is in the box. So she's gonna investigate it and then try and open it with her thieves' tools.
Very good. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
I'll cast guidance.
Very good.
Which is touch, so I would be up to here.
$15.
15, you quickly ascertain that this is not a particularly well secured box. There's certainly no traps. It looks like old mining tools, but it is locked. So go ahead and roll. Your
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand's fine, yeah.
I'll cast guidance again because this current version of guidance is busted. Can't wait for the new version.
Don't need it.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Roll it anyway. I want to see what you get in total.
Like a hot knife through butter, the thieves' tools slot in, turn, as if there was a key ready for it, and the lid eases open with a 31. Inside, you can see a collection of mining tools, but in amongst the debris, there is a small cloth, something wrapped in cloth. Looks about the size of the palm of your hand.
Does it feel squidgy?
No.
I thought it might be a piece of flesh. I don't know what I thought
Nope,
there.
it feels solid.
Yeah, she'll unwrap it then and sort of see if the ghost has any reaction.
Okay, so you unwrap it and you can see there is a pendant inside. It's quite large. It has the symbol of Shantae. Shanti. Never sure how to pronounce that.
Okay.
On it. Goddess of the harvest and such. But as soon as you like start to turn, the ghost swivels towards you. And the expression changes and a broad like smile breaks out across her face, and she like floats towards you with her hands out, just saying, "Thank you, thank you."
Yeah, she'll just hold it out as if the ghost tries to take it.
Yeah, as you hold it out and the ghost's spectral fingers alight on top of the pendant itself, the ghost's form kind of shifts and shimmers, and you are treated to a temporary moment of seeing perhaps what this hold on. Oh, I didn't do it as a character. Treated to the image of what this ghost perhaps looked like properly in life. Lovely raven-coloured hair in stark contrast to her spectral self. Freckles, she looks quite young. Pale skin. And sort of as... There's her token.
Oh.
As the kind of more realistic self materializes, she places like one of her hands places itself slightly on your forearm, Sandra, not aggressively, just gently looks into your eyes and says, "Thank you. Don't let them get you." And then the figure begins to fade and dissipate.
Just kind of like with her hands.
Yep.
Well, did something.
Did the pendant go with her?
The pendant has disappeared as well, yeah.
Ooh.
Bungo's going to approach Oriana and is just going to say, you have been here before. How deep do we have to go? How long did you travel?
I don't know. I came with a friend. We were attacked. There was this dark, bad, below, deep. I never went deep. I left.
Why did you come here?
Scale, he was looking for something.
What happened to him?
And I hope nothing. I hope to find him.
He nods. Well, it seems that we have a similar purpose.
Mm.
How long ago was this?
How long ago, Tom?
Not long. Maybe 3-4 days.
Yeah, 3-4 days ago then. Yeah.
Well, that's not long in the grand scheme of things. So, I'm sure we'll find him.
She's looking uncertain.
Had she mentioned before why she went in there?
She just said
Just again.
Scale was looking for
she's
something.
literally just following yeah, she was literally just following Scale, I think.
Oh, okay.
Scale was heading somewhere. She was just tagging along. She weren't a well bunny.
Okay.
Let's push on. Grey,
Hmm.
I think you have the best eyes out of all of us here, wouldn't you agree?
No, you're not so bad yourself. Why do you ask?
He's going to cast Owl's... He's going to cast Enhance Ability on him. And then give him Owl's Wisdom. So he's got advantage on Wisdom checks.
Nice.
So any perception checks we can get some pretty good stuff for the next...
Thank you kindly.
It's only for a fucking... Oh wait, that's not right. I'm looking at large reduce. Oh, for an
Oh,
hour.
it's-
For an hour. I was gonna say that fucking spell would be shit if it was 1 minute.
Cool. Yeah,
Right, well-
Kadra's already headed to this Y junction, just momentarily glancing down each path, like sniffing the air and listening out.
Bungo
But
would
seems
move
unsure.
up to her, sort of separately, sort of from the other group, and he would sort of say, under his breath quietly, and say, "You seemed very certain of Jorik's situation when you read that book."
Lets out quite a big breath. Don't really know how to explain it.
You don't have to
Bro.
if you don't want to.
For a moment, it was like I could feel his heartbeat, and it was shaky, but still there. I just knew it was him.
That's good.
Which way do you think we go?
Well, we have our only guide here, really. Oriana, which way did you come from? Perhaps
Which way
following...
did we go? Did we go right? We went up, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, you went up before.
Yeah. We did. Did we ever go down?
Nope.
No. So yeah, we went right.
Perhaps following in the footsteps of your friend. Maybe if we can find him, that might lead us closer to wherever Jorik is.
She nods very enthusiastically.
Alright. Kadra begins setting off down this corridor.
Yeah.
Albert at the ready.
Bungo's following closely.
Behind you.
Although I think Bungo wouldn't... I think Bungo would sort of insist Grey goes up front and say he is the best eyes for this.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, Scaredy Pants.
Well, yeah. But I just think, yeah, if we're going to have someone searching...
He's aware Cage was very much going in front, so he'd be like side by side, basically.
Oriana would probably want to go last. Watch the backs.
But Kadra would call back to you, Oriana, with each of these little branches and just
Yeah.
say, Here? Here?
The branches.
Lola.
Let me see.
Tyler's just blinking around with.
Oh yes.
She could see further than normal.
I assume
Yeah, sure.
Aethelbert and Blam are with us, by the way.
I'll
Yeah.
keep them, unless otherwise done, so I'll put them in the back.
Put myself at the top.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to see me.
All right. I'm going at the top. Oh my god. She would point at not the pathway in front of us, but to the left,
Mhm.
and say, bad thing was there.
Hmm.
Which Grey would then start unsheathing his sword.
Did your...
Yeah, okay.
We killed it. It's fine, but
Oh, back in
I-
again.
Where did you last see your friend, and what caused you to become separated?
outside, he wasn't well. I had needed to get help to stop the dark in the deep.
Well, sales mission accomplished, young lady.
In what way was he sick?
Oh no,
Was he coughing?
He get hung-
Was he?
he get hungry. He'll eat.
Can Bungo, like, based off what Oriana's saying, determine if this sounds like any particular illness that he's encountered before?
If Oriana's speaking out loud,
Mm-hmm.
I think Gray would find this quite familiar. If you cast your mind right back earlier on in the campaign, Grace shared a carriage with 3 people traveling with Grace, and one of them was struggling to control their urges when they saw flesh.
I don't know, because they seemed... Yeah, he'd mentioned it reminds me of that time, but he thinks there was a bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
She's making it sound like these are weird creatures and monsters, whereas they seemed kind of civilized.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Can Bungo see it? Like, just think back now with this, like, shared information that if there's any kind of illness that would manifest in this way.
Oh, you could do your
Medicine?
choice of your choice of medicine, nature,
Definitely
religion.
medicine with my medicine modifier.
Nice. Oh dear lord. All right, buckle up.
You know how to
Putting the-
diagnose it, you know how to treat it, you know.
I'll just throw a guidance on there. 34.
34. Putting the different ideas together, and buoyed by your recent sort of reconnection with a more established and normal Lyra, there are some things that stand out. You're reminded of tales around vampirism, the idea of the consumption of blood. You're reminded of beasts consuming flesh. You know from your own run-in with certain creatures that seem to lack blood. They didn't bleed from their wounds when they were hurt. I can't really deny a 34. You start to put together the idea that sounds like it might have been these creatures, and it sounds like whether they're vampires or not, and you think perhaps not because those creatures you saw before traveled openly in sunlight, and you've heard tales of traveling in sunlight. There's something else that shares these properties and you haven't really heard of quite the same way before. You've heard of things like ghouls and ghasts that consume flesh, but again, like Gray said, or thought, the 34, these things were much more civilized. You wouldn't, a ghast or ghoul wouldn't get away with wearing a robe and traveling with other people. This seems like a new breed of creature.
Specifically undead.
I would say you feel fairly confident that at the very least they share a lot of properties that undead have.
Is it too much of a leap that I'm trying not to metagame because I have obviously knowledge that Bungo possibly wouldn't have, or definitely doesn't have. Is it too metagamey to link that to would Bungo even be able to think back to, I know Jorik certainly told the story of Kurz in campaign 1.
It's not too much of a leap to consider that
an army of dead in the mountains.
Yeah, it would be a big coincidence otherwise. Certainly it seems like there could be a link there, yeah.
I think Bungo would just remind Gray of that story, and he'd also sort of questioningly ask Kadra, who probably knows more, and or to Kira.
Was that when we were having spooky story time?
It was, yeah.
I don't remember the story, but I remember that scene.
Kadra wouldn't really respond, and Kira would pipe up because she can see that her High Marshal is very much distracted, and say that Kurz, when Clan Archelon was in its very beginnings, scraping existence off the side of the mountain, Kurz came forward with like an undead host that was sweeping everything in front of them aside. He was known as this terrifying figure, mastery over death, that just looked to swell the ranks of the Horde by any means necessary, and was hungry for power and dominion over the civilized peoples further south. And that the only thing that stopped him rampaging south was the intervention, as the story goes, of white dragons who froze solid great swathes of the Horde. And they, as far as anyone knows, are still there. And it's not too far from here.
Just frozen statues.
Mm-hmm. It's referred to amongst the clan as the Glacier of Bones.
There is no coincidences in this journey. I think this is all linked. Right, I'm certain of it now.
Kira would look concerned, but with some skepticism on her face. I'm just gonna say, it is an old story from hundreds of years. History gone by. I haven't heard of anything happening at the Glacier of Bones.
No.
Something certainly happened here. I hope Jorik wasn't involved.
Speaking of something, what does my passive investigation see up here?
What's your passive investigation?
19.
Woohoo! Collection of old discarded tools. You can see prominently sticking out from the side of the rock that's been mined away in many different places. Again, looks like the beginnings of work here. This is not an organized mining element. But you can see, as many of you can, these protruding rocks and what first appears to be ice. With that passive investigation, you can determine is a stone. It's opaque and just has this ice-like sheen to the edge of it. And you think, from what you've been asked about and heard about so far in your journey, that this must be the frost stone that Verenia Sunderston was so keen to find.
Is this like red?
Yep,
This here?
there is a dark crimson stain on the floor. Absolutely.
Just jam.
Perhaps jam, perhaps not.
No, it's jelly, not jam.
Oh no, we're not back in the cave of jellies, are we? Would Atala point that out?
She would just note things of note that she sees as she goes past.
But she's
I'm
not
not
telling
sure
other
if we
people.
want to see anything up there, but there is some blood up there if we wanted to look.
Fresh?
It didn't look fresh from what you
Yeah.
saw. It turned to that dark
Is it-
red-black.
Yeah, is it similar to the blood over here?
Yes.
Perhaps we should
It's
invest.
in-
If we're looking for Oriana's companion, perhaps we should investigate regardless.
Kadra calls out and just says, if they've been there already and Jorik isn't there, we're wasting our time.
I think it's more than a couple of days old anyway, by the looks of it.
We may be wasting our time, but perhaps we should explore to the best of our abilities. We don't really know where we're going. Jorik,
Think about it, Kadra. If Jorik came down here and he was just up inside one of these little caverns, wouldn't you hate just walking past him?
Surely your new companion would have seen him.
Didn't look good.
Kind of shrugs his shoulders and starts working his way in here instead.
As you step inside, Grey, you see a figure stood near the wall. The figure is a little bit shorter than you, shaggy hair around, skin pale, and you can see a lot of skin as this figure just has scraps of clothing on the body. He just stares at you.
Gray would have like just held his hand out to everyone else just immediately, just sort of hold tight, and he just kind of locks eyes with her.
So I think Oriana can see it from where I am.
Yep.
Oriana's just gonna go for it.
Okay, completely fair.
She's gone.
With everyone, well, go ahead and make your attacks, Oriana. Before I get us all rolling initiative, what would everyone else be doing?
Bungo
Because if everyone's piling in, it's going to be pretty one-sided.
Bungo's just watching Grey sneak up and then just sees Oriana just break into a sprint. It's like, and it almost
Just
almost like wait, and then, but then just sort of lets her go.
Yeah, Gray would have tried to reach for her, but she's gone. She's like, oh
gone.
shit.
Dig on. Dig on.
Honestly,
She's
I
just-
think Tala would have been going up here.
Yeah, everyone's free to move where they would be moving. Kadra would be slightly on ahead.
So yeah, she just goes straight for the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a swipe at it.
Yeah, go ahead and make 3 attacks.
3 attacks. Steffi.
Yeah.
This with pickaxe, right?
Yeah, you haven't got any other decent weapons, have you? That'll do.
No,
She
I
got-
have
she
walk
got
stand
3 attacks.
weapon. Yeah, I do.
Holy shit!
He's a fighter, baby.
1,
But 9, not so good.
Make it.
2.
Oh, I forgot they can do 3 attacks. What level do they get 3 attacks? That's
11.
level 11.
And then 3.
Third attack, yeah, level 11.
Oh.
Am I rolling bad?
As you go running forward, you're flailing around with your pickaxe. And the figure, who hasn't made any aggressive moves themselves, just lively dodges with this preternatural speed out of each one of your strikes. The figure, for their own part, will disengage and start just sprinting towards the exit, which, Bungo, you're currently blocking.
Yeah.
You stay there?
Yeah, 100%. If it's running, then
Yeah, the figure's rebuffed by you and just looks down at you with this empty hunger in its eyes. But it used its action to disengage. Again, I'm not rolling initiative because that would be a lot of stuff happening for one little thing.
does it? Can Bungo determine if it seems like it's intelligent?
You can make a medicine check.
I hear I'm pretty good at them. Well, apparently not with that roll. It's still a 17.
Yeah, even with that lower roll, there doesn't look like any intelligence behind
Okay.
its eyes. I will say with your passive perception
Mm.
and your previous nat 20 on the medicine roll and putting stuff together, and now that you've got one in front of you, you can start taking it in. You notice that there's recently dried blood around its lips and mouth. And you think perhaps that's
Shit.
why it's not acting with a hunger right now.
Despite being like this, does she bear any resemblance to that ghost we just helped?
She bears a striking resemblance to the ghost you
Oh
just
my
helped.
God. Can Bungo see that as well?
Yeah, I'd say so with your passive perception.
Yeah, a sacred flame. Dex
Mhm.
save, DC 18.
Oof.
Definitely fails.
This is a pretty high fucking roll now. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Oof.
Is everyone just killing it? Just to be clear.
Yeah,
not saying you shouldn't.
I think so. It's a to Bungo. It just looks like a mindless undead, and Oriana's immediately attacked her. She's obviously had experience with these before. We know that these creatures have done a lot of harm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oriana's just gonna go for it.
Yeah,
She's
I'll
already
say
had bad experiences, so
with everyone piling on, you will inevitably slay the beast, and through a pummeling of a war pick and burns of sacred energy, the figure, without a scream or a shout, just the unlife is destroyed, and it lies without blood, corpse damaged, but just a white, pale, almost fish-like flesh laid open to the air. Just lies on the floor.
Thanks, guys.
I'm tempted. Is it dead?
It seems very dead, but you're welcome to jump
I think
up and down on its
Oriana's
head.
yeah, I think that's what Oriana's gonna do. She's gonna take a pickaxe and she's literally just gonna hammer that face in.
Jesus.
Yeah, and with an efficient brutality, Oriana mines the skull of this creature until there's little left but a red smudge on the ground. In fact, no red smudge on the ground. Nothing left but a pale greyish white goop on the ground.
Meanwhile, Tala was going up here, and then she could hear freaking pickaxe
Yep.
sounds coming from the other room.
Yep.
And I mean, she wasn't going to go in it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think she probably would have come back with the sound of that, probably.
That's fair.
Ray would just
Yeah.
look on in horror, like, good God.
Yeah.
I assume there isn't any other like signs of blood or violence in this little chamber.
There's some old stains on the ground there. You can see around old shovels and mining equipment, and the room itself ends here, where the stone falls away into a deep chasm on the other side.
Nothing.
And there's
fresh.
elements. No, nothing fresh. No.
Well, Bungo just looks to Oriana and says, you have encountered these before. I take it.
Bad teeth. She's just doing the jaw motion again
Let's see.
with her hands.
Is this what was happening to your friend? They were getting bad teeth?
She nods.
Presume it attacked.
It did not exactly, but it was mindless hunger. I think it just needed to be put down. The spirit was clearly suffering before Sandral returned its pendant. This creature was. Can Bungo do some sort of check to see if he knows how undeads with spirits, how your soul might be disconnected from you?
You can make a religion check, yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, not entirely sure. I think there's a lot of information swirling around Bungo's mind, and he's still putting things together with these creatures. Even with a low roll, you know that in general, much undead is just an animation of the physical remnants of a body.
Can I do one with regard to what souls do with vampires and things?
Yeah, for sure.
Religion one?
Yeah, it would be religion, yeah. Whoa, plus
Plus
9.
9. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your readings, Atala, the more intelligent undead creatures, their souls can have different what's the word? Like statuses almost. Some might lose their souls entirely, some might have them corrupted, some might be clinging on to remnants of them. But from your readings, it seems to be broadly agreed that for something to have, like, whether it's undeath or life itself, for there to be some semblance of intelligence or what have you, there needs to be something there.
Yeah, I think she just mentioned that to Bongo. As if it's as you say, unintelligent. I believe the soul is completely gone. Probably. It's most likely.
I think based on the spirit we saw, it bears a striking resemblance. I think it's just. I don't know what this is. Undead are often from my experience, an animation of the flesh. I know such things as vampires exist, but I'll be honest. This is not my area of expertise. I'm not.
Sorry, would Atala know anything about like necromancy spells?
Would Atala have investigated that in her readings?
All kinds of spells, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Then yeah, you could roll an Arcana check. Yeah, you're aware of the fascination of those who dabble in the necromantic arts with this barrier between life and death. Motivations vary. Often an interest in sort of escaping the inevitability of mortality can be a motivation. Necromantic spells vary. Some of them are more leaning towards trying to push back the onset of death. Others are about animating bodies and giving them a mimicry of life. What is Atala specifically trying to think about?
Just trying to see if these ones are particularly under any necromancy influenced spells.
Oh, I see. The way the creature moved would remind you more of, rather than a spell where like animate dead, where you are in direct control of these things, almost like a puppet master. This reminds you more of something like this thing has been given a mockery of life, and kind of operates independently.
Okay. So she wouldn't think it would be something to do with any spells anyway?
It took powerful magics to make whatever this thing is, you'd think, but it's not directly under an influence itself. Like many like skeletal things and what have you will move in a manner that's very sort of clearly commanded by a more powerful creature, a magic user. This thing isn't like that. It's a bit more bestial. It seemed to have its own sort of instincts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, should just say to Bongo then. I can't be sure either, but I don't think it's under any control of.
I think it's based on what Oriana's been telling us. This is. I don't know the nature of it, but some kind of infection. This is not your usual undead. They remind me of ghouls, but Oriana, you said your friend was ill, but not truly turned. It was
Perhaps it's influenced by the magics, but not quite the same as what I know. I'm not really sure.
This is not my school of magic. I don't know, but we should push on. I imagine Kaedra's getting restless.
I can see them wandering. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna check the other room, but
I think we should stick together.
Go on.
We can reinvestigate if we find a dead end. Our goal is to find Oriana's friend and Jorik.
Which way, Oriana? Kaedra calls out.
Forward. Then up. Right.
Following your instructions, Kadra moves forward, halberd at the ready.
It's a big old chamber. Can we hear anything from here?
Do a perception check with advantage because of Bungo's enhanced ability on you.
Oh yeah, boy.
I'll guidance him as well.
Can I? I keep forgetting I have this. Let me just make sure it's what I want.
Anyway.
There is more of this horrible, eerie silence, the occasional sound of dislodged rocks or scampering rats, so there isn't much wildlife here at all.
You said that this bloodless thing, that was just silent as well, wasn't it?
Yep, and when you turned the corner, it was just standing perfectly still.
Yeah. So the silence doesn't really come from me.
No.
Yeah. And with a 21, you would hear, kind of similar to when you stood in the sort of entry way to this this mine. You hear like a whispering sound coming from the other side of this large rock over here.
Okay, I mean, the zombie thing didn't seem to whisper, so it can't be too bad. The last ghost was nice.
Yeah.
I guess he'd sort of give Kadra a nudge and kind of indicate that way.
Yeah, Kadra would start
Um,
moving around.
Yeah, I guess that would be the better way.
Kadra has cast light on her halberd.
He's sticking pretty close to the. Oh, hello.
Can I, before anything happens, can I put on my candle?
Yep. You light your candle.
Light my candle.
What do I see here?
Can Bungo do something as well?
Yeah.
That's
I'll
good.
respond to Grey first. Grey
sweet.
and all those sort of piling around the corner. You see the spectral figure of a dwarf. Long beard, scraggly hair, falling about the pale spectral skin. And the dwarf appears to be struggling as if against captors. The stocky arms kind of flick out, and he kicks as well. Sometimes off of the ground as if being lifted by invisible assailants. Doesn't seem to take any notice of you.
Is this the same dwarf as before?
This is not the same dwarf as before.
Okay.
Gray kind of wants to head towards him, but he's looking back. Everyone else like, any objections? Is really okay.
She's just gonna go up and wave her hand in front of his face
Well,
Jesus.
and go, hello.
Bungo, you said you wanted to do something, and Atala, you've lit your candle.
My candle.
Yeah,
Bungo?
I don't know if it will work. But I want a fail safe for going forward. I'm gonna use the last of PJ's calling cards.
Okay.
And I want to leave a card on the floor that simply says he's gonna conceal this as well, so other people hopefully don't notice, but obviously probably
Yeah, you can
will
do a
with
sleight of
that.
hand.
He will do a sleight of hand. We'll see how this goes.
Yep, everybody sees it.
Yeah. He will just write on it and just say, should things go wrong, bring us back here to
Okay.
this moment. Make it right. Then he'll just slip that somewhere nearby.
Okay. Very good. Oriana, similar to the girl you saw before, the physical motion doesn't have any effect, but as you talk, this gruff, those whispering as a ghost dwarven voice, as the face kind of turns to you slightly, and he's still kicking out. And he just says, "You've got to get me out of here. Don't just stand there."
And she see what he's fighting against.
Not at all. It's a really strange sight. It's almost like someone swimming in the air. He's kicking out with his arms and his legs, like someone drowning almost.
You'd have a thorough look around.
Yeah, make an investigation check for me, please.
Okie dokie. Which one's that? -1.
Nice.
What?
This-
She's in the candle, Tom.
Good roll, though.
Yeah? What does it do? Fancy
They have to be the same alignment. They can have advantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Oh, wow. What's Atala's alignment?
I can't remember what we thought it was. Well, it's the same as Bongo's. I think it's Celtic Good.
Is it still chaotic good?
Yeah, I was gonna fucking
Jesus.
say. Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm in control.
Can you post the candle to the chat? Thank you.
Does it double as a calming incense?
So it is a chaotic good candle. Candles magic. Okay, cool. I think Oriana strikes me as fairly chaotic good. Would you disagree? Georgie, are you familiar with the alignment chart?
Not actually looked into it.
No.
I don't think we did decide that one.
That's
No.
cool. So, I mean, I'm not hugely keen on it anyway, but it is a cool item.
Oh.
I mean, she'd be good.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
So the three, so she's definitely good. So then the only other choice would be
It's
either
kind of exciting.
lawful good, where you want to uphold order and you think that things need laws and rules, and that's how the best good will be done. On the other side of that is chaotic good, where you think freedom's important and people should be allowed to make their own decisions, and you kind of act on your own. You trust your own self to do good rather than abiding by laws. And then neutral is like somewhere between those two.
That's just nodding very viciously when you were describing chaotic good. It's like,
How many times are you charging in and just, I'm just
She-
going to go in and do the thing?
She gives me a chaotic good vibe.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
with that, you can roll your investigation again, see if you do any
Ooh.
better. It was already a pretty good roll.
Oh, is that what that does?
The candle
Just
gives
an
any
HP.
chaotic good creatures advantage on all the
Neat.
good shit. Okay,
No.
so we keep the we keep the 17.
Um,
17 is enough though, and as you sort of search the immediate surroundings, Oriana, you see an old, stripped bare skeleton of a dwarven frame, tucked up and covered, but mostly by these fallen boxes and barrels in this area over here.
okay, so she's going to try and uncover him.
Yeah, so you move
Yeah.
easily with your strength. You move aside these boxes and crates, shifting even the heavier ones that seem to be full of harvested stone. And you can see that the skeleton is in kind of a fairly sorry state. Some parts of it are crushed, other parts are still intact. And the kind of pose in which the skeleton lies is kind of reminds you of the dwarf struggling against the captors.
I'm doing it.
What are you doing?
I'm casting it, Tom. It's been a long time coming.
It's finally time.
Speak
Very
with
good.
dead.
Wonder.
Speak with dead.
So Bungo walks up next to you, Oriana, begins chanting a spell and making the motions for it. And as he does, a golden light kind of lazily swirls down his staff and slides smoothly across the floor and moves around the bones and animates them.
It says the corpse still must have a mouth. It's got a mouth. It's the bones of a mouth.
The skeleton has a mouth.
Okay,
The
good.
skull is intact. So it animates, and you hear this like dusty breath as life comes into it. And is it 5 questions,
It is
Bungo?
fine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 questions. Ask away.
Well, Bungo will sort of like look around to the group and just say, "We can ask. We can ask the corpse 5 questions of what it might have known in life. Any suggestions?"
How about what happened to him?
Bungo asks that. What happened to you?
I was killed for fighting back.
I have to ask. Fighting back against whom?
Fighting back against. That's a good question.
My oppressors.
No, he would actually be because he would want to give you detail. A priest in red robes
He kind of looks down at himself.
and a warrior with golden eyes.
Ask how big the mining complex is.
Yeah, that's a good question. How big is this mine?
The mine goes deep. There are 2 more levels of caverns that I know of.
2 more questions, guys. I'm pretty fucking curious who these 2 people were who killed him, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much we can.
What is like being dead?
He's not going to know who they are. Well, he might, but I don't know if that's good enough to waste the question.
Does he know what they were doing?
We can ask him. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah,
do we
I
want
know.
to waste a question? Because I can't. Once the spell's gone, I can't cast it again.
Yeah, no, I know. Does he know how many there are? Apart
said-
from these 2.
He just said 2.
Does he know how many more of him there are? Like dead people? Although I'm not sure if we need to know that.
We could ask.
Kill us.
We could ask.
What year he came?
Yeah,
to
that's a
mine?
great question. That reveals a lot. What year were you struck down?
He came in. Where's me dusty ledger?
What's his favourite colour?
Let me get my dates right. 5 back. He would say, I signed up to work the mine in 1448.
That's a fucking long time ago.
Mm.
That's like 50 years.
Yep.
Hmm.
How many of you were there?
We worked in shifts. There were 20 who worked alongside me, but hundreds more. We were all excited to find the Froststone. And
That's the
as you
last
ask the
question.
last question, the golden light leaves the skeleton, and the breath fades out of the corpse.
We heard Froststone before.
That's what Verinia was looking for. Whatever her name is, Verinia.
Yeah.
Rings a bell, yeah.
Seen some.
All of these crystalline blue represents
Uh,
spurs of froststone sticking from the walls.
What do we know of Froststone? I am not too familiar with it. Its properties. Does anyone else? Kadra? Kira?
I'd say they'd be your best bets, I think.
Yeah. Would have told her. She did read a book that Dragonborn gave her that one time.
Read a book that Dragonborn gave her
Yeah,
one time.
did you remember the
Oh,
one?
that
Right.
guy!
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gummy's Guide to Froststone.
I think it's about the general area.
It probably wouldn't have been in there, but Kira would answer you and say, with a little bit of disparaging tone, yes, the dwarves are very keen on it. We have some small worked froststone sculptures in the monastery. It is incredibly strong, resistant to the elements, and imbued with cold. Your gift to you, Grey, the arrows.
Mm.
Those arrowheads are frost steel, an ore derived from, found in amongst froststone veins.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's probably why I recognise it.
Is there... I don't suppose there's any stories of Froststone having effects of infection, or...
Kira would shake her head. No, it's it used to be considered a sacred material by the clan, but we have since moved past that superstition. It's
Why-
useful,
My
difficult to
my,
mine.
my sacred, if you don't mind me asking.
To my knowledge, the connection to the element of winter, of the cold, that connection with the white dragons.
Of course.
I believe there was talk of reworking the central temple in Froststone, but it was dismissed as overly ambitious and materialistic.
Well,
Just out of interest, does Kadra know that we killed a dragon?
She hasn't made any sign that she does, or if she does, has any strong opinions about it.
Okay.
From what you know that Grace was very upset and seemed keen to raise the alarm about it, but nothing
That word
happened.
would have reached Kadra.
Yeah, nothing seems to have reached. I mean, if it had reached the monastery, you would have been in a very bad situation.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to assume that it hadn't yet whilst you were there, and Kadra left with you. So Kira is aware, but it doesn't seem like she's told Kadra or made a point of it.
We killed a dragon.
Having a look around, Tom, is there anything of note other than mining equipment?
Mined froststone is stacked up there, and you also, if you go through the boxes, you find mined frost steel ore as well. From how keen Verenia seemed, and from how the dwarven spirit spoke of how excited they were, you think it's probably very valuable. But beyond that, no. Mining equipment, quite a lot of mining equipment, and quite a lot of pickaxes and such that have been clearly blunted by trying to work the froststone. But no, beyond that.
And did we already do how this guy died, or do we not know?
Yeah, he said that a priest in red robes and a...
They did it, but do we know how?
No, he
Yeah.
just said he was killed for
Bludgeoning
fighting
or-
back. You can inspect the skeleton though, if you like. Medicine check.
Yeah. Next, we haven't got any other clues as to how to help this guy move on.
I
Before.
think Bungo would help if, like, Bungo would probably lead it if.
Advantage.
That's fine. And yeah, you can roll again, Bungo, because the candle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with a 19, a 16 would have done it as well. You can see that this was a simple death. The skull looks mostly intact, and after a quick inspection, you can see a clear sign of a blade having been thrust through between two of the ribs on the
Yeah.
left side of the rib cage.
Bungo's just gonna say, well, we know that many miners came here 50 years ago. Something killed them. Perhaps these two that entered are related to whatever is causing these undead below. Perhaps they played some part in it. This priest, a priest in red robes. Maybe some connection to some dark god. I don't know.
The one that I was scrying earlier,
Mm-hmm.
the night before, they weren't wearing red robes, were they?
Black
Black robes.
as night.
Are we thinking that we can't do anything with this guy until we find out more about his killers?
Perhaps.
I think there's only to move on. Nothing left in here to find out more.
Aethelbert, could I ask something of you?
Anya's nodding.
He will, Bungo just says, this corpse of this man said this runs at least 2 levels deeper. You have a uncanny sense to sense through the rock itself. Can you, I don't suppose it's possible, but can you sense how
Penetrate
deep,
the stone.
can you sense how deep this mine runs?
Yeah, if you want to make a roll, whichever skill you think is appropriate. Anya's phone's all messed up at the moment, so she's struggling to do microphone stuff.
That's fine.
Oh! You're asking the stone. Very cool.
That's really cool. That's so fucking
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
He begins his ritual. Cage is looking pretty twitchy at this point. If he sits down and starts his ritual.
Yeah, I would turn the candle off.
It's me, Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Both Cager and Kira begin kind of stalking forward. Cager would call out to you, Oriana, and just say, "You went on this way, around the corner."
Where is she? My mate.
Over here.
My mate. Oh, yes. She would say, didn't go that far.
Okay, so this is new ground.
There haven't been any other bodies, skeletons, anything like that along the way.
No fresh blood that Oriana might be interested in.
There's old bloodstains on the ground, but not fresh blood, no. And other bodies, no.
Is there any writing anywhere? Dwarven writing or anything?
Do an investigation check.
Would Aethelbert have said how deep it runs to the rocks?
He's got 8 minutes left on his casting
Oh,
time.
sorry. I didn't see that
Alright.
last
Yeah.
time.
Ooh, 26. Okay. Atala, as you go around, you start inspecting, you have this bit of time waiting for Aethelbert's ritual to complete. Cager is arguing with Kira, who's trying to calm her down. You focus and you look to the stone and in amongst the boxes and such, and as you clear one particular broken box away, you see a symbol underneath carved into the rock. It looks like this.
Ooh.
See that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh joy.
Yeah. A triangular shape, like an arch. The skull in between. It's carved into the rock with what looks like it must have been a crude blade, perhaps even the end of a pickaxe itself. And it's not big, again, about the size of the palm of your hand. And it's just been scratched into the rock ground itself.
Does she recognise what it might be?
You can roll a religion check.
We the baddies. So I can think of that simple.
Are we the baddies? Yeah. You do recognize this. This is a clear symbol of a god of death called Miracle.
She would jot it down in her notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh joy.
Sort of. Because it's a symbol of something religious, she would like unconsciously sort of like shuffle her satchel with the cube in it.
Oh yeah, and you can feel a serious warmth emanating from the
Yeah.
bag.
You know. Would she know anything about this god?
You rolled a 19. Yeah, Miracle is god with a domain of death, known as the Lord of Bones, an ascended mortal, so originally a necromancer who ascended, largely known as evil. There are cults that spring up to do with warding away death or wishing death on someone who might appeal to Miracle. Necromancers certainly would pay worship to him. Yeah.
Okay. Known as evil, eh?
Yeah. Certainly not something that is openly worshipped in normal civilized society.
Just out of curiosity, she's gonna place the little drawing she made of the rune and put it next to the cube. If it does anything.
Nothing happens with the cube, but there is a whisper in your ear that just says, "Only the real thing will do." But I appreciate the way you're thinking.
He just nods. This is like engraved into the floor, right? It's not going to be a very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the floor, about the size of the palm of your hand. This little engraving, crudely done.
Okay. Yep. Can't do nothing about it. Everyone's surrounding me.
Yeah. Are these little tents?
They are little tents, yeah.
Totally gonna take a peek in.
Okay. As you pull back this old, dusty canvas, it's cold to the touch. And as you peek inside, you see immediately that there are two figures staring right back at you.
Why is it always me?
Ariana's going in!
You Ariana don't know shit.
Unlike
I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't see it.
Unlike the figure in the room before that simply stood there, these two, as soon as they see you, they bare their teeth and launch themselves at you. And with that, I actually do need everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh,
you
Ladies,
saved
one at a
it.
time.
We hungry for that grey. No, I'm not gonna say.
Do it.
I rolled a fucking 8.14 on a fucking advantage.
You stay over there, Ethelbert. You got to finish your spell.
Right, that one's over there.
Select your token.
Roll initiative.
Oh, you already have. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Then don't forget to then do. Yep.
I did it. I'm so good at this already.
Why do I have? I think it says advantage on initiative, but I can't remember why.
Let's have a look.
I don't know.
It should if you
Hover
click, if you
over it.
hover it, it should say.
I know I've got an ability, but I didn't use it. I really should. I should just whack it on whenever because it lasts forever.
Smashy time.
Release character sheet. Let's have
Can't remember why.
Doesn't say you got advantage when I look at your character sheet. Or
Got a
initiative.
little A on it. Athletics has advantage. Where's that coming from?
And Kira. Okie dokie then. A reminder to Ethelbert, you are mid-ritual right now. If you stop the ritual, the spell slot will still be expended.
Sorry.
It is a bit
Yeah.
rubbish, but that is the rules of the game. Rubbish. Okay. Descending. Get some music on, shall we?
Vigilant Blessing. As an action, you can give one creature you touch, including possibly yourself, advantage on the
Yeah.
next initiative roll a creature makes. The benefit ends immediately after the roll, or if you use this feature again. Might be due to. I imagine it's probably due to that.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of. It's just weird
Okay.
that it's on there constantly.
Gray, you are fittingly the first to react as these
I didn't
creatures
even
launch
see.
themselves towards you.
Oh shit, 20. Oh, fuck. Quickly throws the cover back. Damn fine question. Damn fine question. Bonus action, disengage.
Yep.
Just pretty much head back to everyone else. Like, spooky ladies.
Are you literally hiding behind Oriana?
I mean,
Like a big bubba.
when you put it that way, I was going to keep moving, but I actually like that idea. After seeing what you did to the other one's skull, and yeah, he's just going to take a shot. Like, even though he's closed it, he's just shooting into the tent. Like, he knows it's going to hit one of them.
Just to remind peeps that they've got that max HP upgrade and stuff, because obviously when we move tokens over it goes away.
Oh yeah, and you
Yeah,
have temporary
I've added
HP as
mine.
well.
And the temp HP as well, yeah.
And fuck it, I've just remembered. Let's use a +1 arrow, because why not?
Very cool. Yep, definitely hits.
It'll be the one at the front.
Cool. 9 damage. Nice. Yep, that arrow sinks in.
Oh, and apparently that was the fourth one. So,
Sweet. Roll that extra damage.
whoosh.
That flies through the air. The comet trail behind it. 17.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, this one staggers, get thrown back into the tent itself by the force of the blow. Very good. Is that you, Gray?
Yep, that's everything.
Okay. They're going to come running forward to just literally the first warm-blooded things near them. Two more bursts. from
Oh,
this
what?
Oh, there's lots of them. Oh dear.
Yep, seems they were lying in wait.
Oh shit. Are any of them like? I don't know. Like, are any of them dwarves or dragonborn or?
Yeah, there is a variety. Dwarves, humans, dragonborn, the occasional gnome or halfling.
Not scale.
No, not scale.
But-
I will tell you
scale.
if that's the case. Right. Attacks. They are just going to go for
None of them are in red robes.
none in red robes. Most just in old scraps of clothing. I closed my damn thing. That was stupid. So, quickly. So as you can see, the majority going after Kadra, 'cause she was the closest. And that's her damn job.
Sorry, Kadra.
Miss. Two. 4. 6. Ooh, okay. So the first one misses completely, the second one misses, then hits, third one misses, then crits. It's max 66. Okay. So just a furious grasping of claws raking at Kadra. Her armor deflects most of it, but some of it does land. Against you, Bungo. Natural 1. And a 24.
Yeah, I can't manifest wings against that, so...
That hit does 7 damage.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yep. Adra! She gonna get smashing.
Oh wait, disadvantage.
Yep, you do have disadvantage.
That's
This is for enhance ability, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that
Yeah.
important, but...
Yeah. Kadra. Halberd attacks. 1 and 2. Yep, both hit. She will smite both. Just low level stuff. Get the spell slots back. Okay. So it will be this plus 3d8 each time. Jesus, she does so much damage. 19, 23 is 42, 56. Yeah, this thing is dead. With 2 swift strikes and the bursting of platinum light from the strikes. Just falls down. Anya just said she loves the thought of everyone fighting off these things, and Ethelbert's just there like, oh yes, tell me, Stone, what's going on with you? That's Kadra's full turn. Sandra.
Yeah. Well, I guess she'll run over here.
Set everything on fire.
Hmm.
Oh no, she's not on fire. Well, she's gonna use her bonus action to so much on a sheet. Where is it? She's gonna slay his prey. The one she's run up next to,
Very cool.
and she's gonna do 2 flamethrower attacks.
Awesome.
Oh, you meant that on fire? I was getting confused. It's rolling.
That misses. Then that one.
Yeah.
16 hits.
16.
Wouldn't have the
16
fire
damage.
damage, right? Because you have to ignite it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you do get your Slayer's Prey, which is a D6, I think.
Yeah.
So 7 plus. Go on, roll the 6. Oh, 8. Cool. Yeah, you stab into it, and again that unnerving feeling of seeing no blood in the wound.
Oh, she's got mobile, hasn't she? I think.
Yeah, I trust you.
When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks on that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not.
Sweet.
Okay, so she's gonna be like, blah, 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 blah. See you later, and go.
The drive-by stabbing, very nice. Blam.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Let's
Mm.
just go over there. Come on over there and get them.
Yeah, fuck 'em up.
Yeah.
Don't get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna chop it with my
Hands.
full great axe. Cause that
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Oof.
Very nice. Choppity chop. Yeah. Barbie smash. Yeah, 2 hefty blows. Big slices into the cold flesh of these creatures. Oriana.
Okay, so she's gonna go flank,
Very nice.
and I'm just gonna do some standard attacks at the moment.
Sounds good.
I think
Cool.
that'd be 3. 1.
It does hit because of the flanking.
Yay.
Second one doesn't.
And 3.
That does hit, so 18 total.
I'm so jealous. I want to play a fucking high level fighter now and do all the attacks.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, dear. I'm okay.
Awesome. Ethelbert, still continuing your ritual? Is that how you're RPing it? He doesn't even realise there's a fight going on, is how Arya's choosing to RP it. Kira. Kira knows that Kadra's got this shit, so she's gonna shoot this fucker. 2 shots from Kira.
Too late, then.
First one hits, second one misses.
So the next round go.
Ugh, not a great damage roll. Cool, that's her turn.
What is
Bungo.
Kira's means of attacking?
She's got her crazy big bow,
Longbow.
a ballista.
Sacred Flame, please.
It's a great bow, not a long bow. But yeah.
Oh.
Oh, deck save. Yup. A 17 misses, so 14. Very nice.
And then. What do I want to. Yeah, fuck it. Let's use spell slots. Spiritual Weapon. Same
Awesome.
guy. 15.
15 hits.
7 force damage.
7. Nice. Slams into it, carving down the pinwheel. You can drag the token out. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Actually, no, he would have put it there.
Before you go, Atala, a figure emerges from around the corner, and
What, why?
you can all tell me how you would react to this. But apart from Ethelbert and Oriana, everyone would recognize the armor worn by this figure. Clearly Dragonborn,
Not my
tall
Dragonborn.
and broad, heavily armored, the symbols of Bahamut displayed across shield and armor, and a large warhammer held in one hand. This looks like the armor, at least, of Archelon Jorek.
No. No.
As the figure rounds the corner, though, the hand holding the shield braced, opens up, and from within the palm of the hand, a darkness coalesces into a sphere which flies forward towards the group of you. And I need... This is going to be pretty much everyone. Oh, maybe not Sandral. Yeah, no, it's going to be everyone. Everyone except Oriana and Aethelbert to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. As this orb, as it reaches its target, it explodes outwards.
Shit.
Just pre-roll this. Okay, maybe.
Jesus, that was a high roll. Oh, I need to make one for Kira and Kadra. Oh, anyone near Kadra gets +2. Anyone within 10 feet of Kadra gets +2.
Nope.
Damn it.
Here is a +5. Damn, she fails as well. Anyone who rolled less than an 18
Oh, Jesus.
takes 34. Let me get this the right way around. Yeah. Takes 44 fire damage and 34 necrotic damage
How much is that in total?
for a total of 78 damage.
75.
Holy moly.
I would be down if not for my aid.
Yeah, I would.
Kira is almost down.
38. What's that half?
Sandral's immune to fire, right?
Sandral is immune to fire. Only the necrotic would affect her. 34, and she passed her save, so it would be 17.
Nice. Don't know why I said
Was Sandra in it? I thought she was out of it.
No, she's in it.
Sandral was in. It was only Oriana that was out.
Oh, okay.
Did the Bloodlust seem to take any damage from it?
Oh, the one next to Blam?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, completely obliterated.
Something. Yeah, I did not remain concentration on that because that would have been ridiculously high.
Yep, that would have been. So as the fire and then the dark swirling energy clears, many of you feel drained and horribly burned by it. You just see this armored figure lower its arm and just begin walking towards everyone.
What was it if we did make the save? Is it half damage?
Half damage, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You got evasion though. If you make the save, you
That's
don't take any
yeah,
damage.
that's why I was asking.
You
Just
take
making
0.
sure.
Very cool.
Is this Jorek or another Dragonborn, or do we not tell?
It
looks like Jorek.
to be him, but I'm in denial.
Is he wearing a helmet?
And the visor is down.
Okay.
Not him.
Jorek.
It can't be. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Atala, your turn.
Ooh. I don't know. I'm gonna step way back over here. 15. 5 more feet if I need to. Spells. So we don't know if it is Jorik or not, but either way, gotta stop him, right?
I mean, it
Yeah.
just decimated your party.
Yeah. Just trying to think of. Jorik was quite strong, wasn't he? Like strength-wise.
Yep. Very.
Yeah. Shit. Hmm. Has he got a weapon?
A Warhammer. Jorik's Warhammer.
Hmm. Is he strong though?
Yes.
Yeah. How strong?
Just make it time. Fuck me.
I'm trying to
Very
think.
strong.
I've got a good, and I can do it again because I think it's concentration. Hold on, let me just make sure. Telekinesis is concentration, so I'm pretty sure I could just do it again, right? If he
Yeah, you
passes?
can try again on a subsequent turn, yeah. As long as you maintain concentration on the spell.
So I will. Oh, it doesn't really count as anything though. It's just gonna. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Then I'll just do some Eldritch blasts until we're sure.
Doke.
Boring, right?
Fire away.
So just at these two things. And see
Okay.
how everyone reacts to Armor Boy first. They are
Pew,
rolling.
pew, pew.
Oh my god, one again.
Yeah, 2 hits for 11 total damage. They'll be on the same creature?
Yeah, just on this one in front of.
Yep.
What's this?
Very nice. Okay. Right then. Five, 10. As if that wasn't enough, another figure rounds the corner
Fuck off.
Yeah.
from where the armored figure had stepped out. This one, though, you don't recognize, and plain to see to all, a skeletal figure in armor. It seems to have multiple heads atop its body, and it is joined by a cadre of otherwise mindless skeletons that just seem to form a protective group around it. You can also see immediately that this creature has 4 or 3 flickering images. There are 4 of this creature like flickering, and anyone, I mean your seasoned adventurers, would recognize the mirror image spell. This creature wields a crooked wooden staff with a curled skeletal hand at the end, and a triangular symbol inside. It, however, sees that whilst most of you are in a very bad way, there is one of you that it can see straight away not in a bad way.
Who's that? Not me.
And so, Oriana, please, could I have you
No.
make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Why are we useless at that? Well, I'm not useless. I'm neutral.
I do believe at your level you have a charge of Indomitable. Would you like to use that? It lets you re-roll a saving throw. It does only reset on a long rest though, so it's up to you.
Where is it?
I think you have it at that level of fighter.
Probably do.
Should be one of your what's
Just have
it?
to look for it.
What's good Indomitable?
Indomitable, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, there you go. Realize bam. Choose your new role.
It's up to you.
This doesn't sound good, so
I'll use it.
Yeah.
In fact, Tom brought it up.
Hmm.
I'm gonna use it.
is that one of those superiority dice?
Nope. It's just an
No, it's
ability
fine.
that fighters have.
There you go. Give that a go then.
So another wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pray this one's better.
Probably won't be. I'm pretty poor. at
Wow. Shit.
Okay.
It's worse.
One.
So as this creature rasps out arcane phrases, and you see this darkness emanate from the staff, its eye sockets seem to fill with an inky void. And Oriana, you
Yes.
will go for. You feel a powerful wave of nausea cripple you as it pulses through your body, as you are under the effect of the eye bite spell,
That.
Weird.
and
painful.
until on each of your turns at the end you can make another wisdom saving throw to see if you can get rid of it, but otherwise it continues whilst this spell is being concentrated on, and whilst it's active you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
So
It's a bit rubbish, but it's not too.
It's not awful. It's
Yeah.
not awful. It could
no
be
damage, no damage or anything.
worse. It's so good.
Back to you, Gray, at the top of the round. Things have changed dramatically since you discovered those figures in the tent.
Just a little bit. So, what we're gonna do? Just double check. Yeah, he's gonna head on in, running past.
Hey.
He's gonna sort of go the long way around, but he's just gonna try and take a glance, staring at this guy, trying to determine if there's any other telltale signs of who's under that armor.
You can make a perception check
Yes, please.
or investigation, your choice.
You don't have
I
advantage
got
anymore.
perception. No. I don't need it.
26.
I'm looking through any chinks, any holes. I can
Yeah,
see
got
anything
sharp eyes.
familiar.
and it is a 26. Yeah, a couple of things stand out to you. One, whilst the armor is undeniably Jorek's, the shield, the hammer, these are all things that you are very familiar with from having fought alongside Jorek. The body that moves inside it doesn't seem to fit the armor quite right. It's not far off, but you think this figure is a little bit thinner, slighter, less broad than Jorek. And as you're moving past with a 26, you do manage to glimpse as the neck becomes exposed for a moment. There is no scar. You know Jorek has a brutal scar across his neck from the Fire
yeah.
York outpost where he was saved by Blam.
Fuck, that's a cool fucking callback.
Yeah, man.
And as you see the neck, the skin is scaled. This looks to be a dragonborn beneath the armor, but the skin is unbroken by scar tissue.
I love you,
And-
Grey.
That's good enough for me. Kind of as he's running past, he starts pointing at him, just shouting, "It's not him! It's not him!" And he's gonna get to about, let's say here. Let's fucking try and turn undead again, shall we?
Ooh, bibbly. All right, wisdom saves, I believe.
14.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that just about covers everything.
Those two. You do sense as Celestian's light emanates from you, as you attempt to force these creatures back, that there is a dark presence from this armored figure, which seems to dampen the light that comes forth. Does mean they have advantage on their saves.
Fuck you, Skeletor.
First creature. Yeah. Passes. Second. Passes. Skeletons, though. There's 5 of them. Just roll this real fast. So many tabs, so many tabs. Large skeleton.
And he kind of does his like Jesus pose again, and all these like stars glimmer out from him and just shine away.
Awesome.
Jeebus now.
What is the...
Jeebus.
He's Star Jeebus.
Star
What is
Jeebus.
what is the DC?
14.
14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2 of the skeletons run away. Everything else passes.
Fuck. I mean, that's something.
Let me see the order I did it in. Yeah, it was the first 2, so it'll be the 2 at the front, which is actually pretty good.
And fuck, I forgot. Can I quickly recon a little thing?
Sorry,
was-
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
As I'm going past Kira, I just kind of brush her shoulder and just say, "Hang in there." They cast Sanctuary on her.
Oh, it's a bonus action. Fucking
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You see
And
that
then-
starry light shimmer around her?
That's everything.
Amazing. Great turn. Yeah, so many of those rolls would have failed, sorry. But they resisted. The 2 creatures are just going to press their advantage. One's going to go against you, Oriana, and one's going to go against Kadra. Against Oriana. An 18 and an 11. I think those both miss against you, Oriana.
Your AC?
My AC.
21. Holy shit.
21. Yeah.
21.
Beefcake.
1.
Dang.
1 does
She's
manage
gonna
to
be.
scrape
Okay.
through Kadra's armor. And you'd hear behind you, Atala,
Ah, shit.
another one emerges
For
from
God's sake!
the tunnel. That is them, though. Kadra. Actually, as the creature's turn ended, this skeletal figure is going to use one of its legendary actions
Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
to cast a cantrip. It's going to cast a firebolt at Kira. Because Kira looks real weak right now.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. So true. Rolled a 14.
Oh, shit.
Matches.
Yeah.
So it makes it firebolt.
How bad does she look, Tom?
red.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Joykeeper, Sanctuary.
Okay, another wisdom save. Who are you?
I mean,
Can you
if
stack
actually,
Sanctuaries?
that's a great point. Does the Sanctuary wear off if it?
I think it wears
No.
off once you're hit, so it gets kind of weird at that point. So I'll say keep your
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah, I don't think I can use it.
It wouldn't quite work.
It's fine.
There we go. Finally found the button. Oh, it just gets her armor class.
Oh.
Yeah, she goes down. I'll put her on 1 because we don't want the big cross on her. But she is down. I'll put the unconscious.
You like rotate her icon 90 degrees or something.
Yeah. Where is it? Where's the unconscious face? There it is. So yeah, she goes down. Then it is Kadra's turn. And even with Kira going down, Kadra's only got eyes for the the figure wearing Jorek's armor, and with you calling that out, Grey, there's just this snarl on Kadra's face, and she just points her halberd towards the figure, just says, "How dare you wear his sanctified armor?" And she runs towards him.
The way you said that kind of sounded like the fucking Chinese guy that Anya always do.
You're both fucking obsessed with that goddamn thing.
So funny.
God damn it. Wisdom say, okay, she casts Staggering Smite on the halberd, so she goes running forward, it crackles with silver energy. She's going to make her 2 attacks.
Not bad, not bad.
First one misses. The figure parries it aside with the warhammer, but the second one, she strikes up into the chest, and the halberd hits. Rolling max damage. She absolutely will smite. This thing is mocking her brother as far as she's concerned. She'll pump a 3rd level spell slot into the smite. Creature has to make a wisdom save against Staggering Smite. It fails. Yeah. That is 46. 5d8. Jesus. Okay. She did a total of 23. 64 damage to it. As this eruption of silver energy bursts, and you can actually see some of the armor buckle, which is a shame for Jorek. But this thing needs to be struck down. And does Staggering Smite have any other effect? Oh, Jesus. And the figure has disadvantage on attack rolls and can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. I will put Stagger.
Wait, is that disadvantage also until the next turn?
It has disadvantage on attack rolls it makes until Kadra's next turn.
Gotcha.
And she has joined the fight with it. 100% she would. Sandrell.
Yeah, Sandra would bonus action light up her rapier.
Whoosh.
And then run over to where Kira is. And she'll make 2 attacks against the guy who just got smited.
Damn right. Go ahead. 16 misses.
Oh, that rolled a 12.
Yeah, both miss, I'm afraid. The shield comes up, deflecting the blows.
Hang on, I've just got to see whether, where she moved from. Kind of wants to spread out a bit. So yeah, she'll use her mobile to go there.
Very nice.
We're not an area of effect range.
Smart. Blam.
Well, I've got to raise this time because that was just stupid.
Definitely was stupid. Blam rage.
He definitely rage, seeing fake Jorek.
Yeah, it's also fake Jorek. It's just pissing me off. So yeah,
Rage is up.
let's jump over here, and we'll use axe on the monster.
Fake wreck.
Bam.
17 misses, I'm afraid.
17. What the heck?
Yep, shield comes up.
Stupid shit.
26 does hit though, very nice.
Yay!
12 plus Is it 3 or 4? I think it's 3. 15. Nice. Yep. This time crunching through. You can see it cutting in. Very nice. Oriana.
Do I want to just attack the bloodless?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I'm not going to be too fancy right now. We've still got the bloodless, so I'm going to just attack the bloodless.
Disadvantage on your attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to do me along a little bit?
Might shoot me a little bit. Go for the other one.
Very nice.
Okay.
Flanked.
So what does that do?
It reduces their AC, makes them easier to hit.
Okay, so it's still a disadvantage roll.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Steffi.
Mhm.
Tell me what to do.
So same as before.
Yes.
Oh no, wait. I think you've got.
You know. You know what you're doing. I'm done.
It's yeah. I got. I think you've got
Just do 3.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Just let it go. So let me just change that to advantage. We'll do that. Disadvantage even. We can do that 3 times. Oh.
That hits. Nice.
Same thing. You just did 1.
Yeah.
Now you do it 2 more times.
Oh,
See?
I see now.
Mm-hmm.
Misses.
There you go.
Thank you.
Definitely hit.
You rolled real bad on that damage.
Yeah.
But for disadvantage hits, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. And make another wisdom save for me, please. See if you shrug off this effect. You do get a +2 from being within 10 feet of Kadra.
Oh, cool. That'll be a normal roll.
A normal roll.
Normal roll.
Ah!
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you
There you
steel
go.
yourself. You look to the shimmering gold in your
Yay.
veins. You shrug off the effect.
Have I lagged out? Yeah, I have. Of course I have. Come on. Fucking computer. Me. So irritating.
Still doing your ritual? Yeah. you did just see a huge explosion. For God's sake. He won't finish it in this combat. It's 10 minutes long. What would he see when he turns around? He'd see Kira on the floor bleeding out. He'd see everyone looking very badly burnt and damaged. He'd see corpses of these creatures. He'd see this armored figure laying into people. He'd see Atala about to be attacked by one of these creatures running up behind her.
Oh shit.
Does he have to stop casting Stone Talk to get involved?
Yeah,
Oh. Oh.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
You had to check the tent, didn't you, Gray?
Always check the tent.
What's it gonna be, Bert? Oh, casting. Over where? Sweet. Deck save. Ooh, they do pass. So, 16 bludgeoning. Nice. And it does make what's its face? Difficult terrain. Erupting earth.
Yeah.
Yep. And you get up from doing your ritual. Very cool. Kira makes a death save. Take off my GM rolling. She passes. Bungo.
Let's do the good shit. 5th level mass healing word.
Ooh, shit.
What? This is up to 6 creatures. 21 points of healing to Blam, Kadra, Kira, Atala, myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Grey as well.
You sure? I don't mind.
No, there's 6 people. I mean, everyone else is at full health, so. It
Yeah,
has to be.
okay, cool.
And then
Thank you kindly.
I get extra back, don't I? Because of my
You do.
thingy. How much is it? It's. Never remember. 2 plus, so I get an extra 7 on that as well. Takes me up to 48. And then. Channel Divinity.
Hell yeah.
Um.
The combo.
Yeah, the combo preserve life. So I've got 60 HP to distribute. Let's go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Ray, have you taken your health back?
Yeah, I need to see Grey's health because
I think he's back up to full perfectly with 21.
don't know. Is he there?
He's disappeared. But I've done it. He's back up to full.
Okay, that's good. In that case, then 20 to Kira, 10 to Blam, Kadra, 10 to myself, and 10 to Atala.
Cool.
Has to be within 30 feet. Is everyone within 30 feet? Yes, they are. I will then move back to here.
Damn it. Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, the spellcast is going to take another legendary action. It wanted to hit you, Bungo, but you smartly moved out of the way. So it's just going to go for Grey.
Hey.
Little firebolt cantrip. Yup. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hit. Can I uncanny dodge, please?
Yes, you can. So 16 normally down to 8.
Oh, is that it? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he said fireball.
Firebolt.
Oh.
Casting a cantrip with a legendary action. Of which it has one more. The figure. Pretty surrounded. I think I just have to do this because it's a fucking cool spell. The figure takes the warhammer, reaches up, and looks like it's about to strike Kadra, who easily dodges out of the way, but the figure just continues to swing and slams the warhammer into the ground. And it's going to cast Destructive Wave.
Ooh. Sounds cool.
Everyone within 30 feet. This is going to hit the Bloodless as well.
Oh, I'm just out.
What's the rules on counterspell?
I kind of see them. 60
feet, which you are in.
Do it, because it'll ruin my turn undead.
The first campaign counterspell from a player. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. You doing it?
Yeah.
What level do you cast it at?
I'm just debating. This is what I was about to ask. Is how much can you tell what level spell they're casting just by?
I like that question because it makes for some really interesting magic caster interplay. I will say in this case it's a little bit harder because this spell is unique to it's not an arcane spell really, but Atala is smart and has done a lot of reading, so I will say make a religion check for me, please.
Okay.
Oh, I have a DC in mind.
And I rolled a 1.
Oof.
And so you are not sure what level it is.
Let's should
God,
go
I
safe
really
then.
fucking
Go
wish
high
I'd taken
level.
that feat.
Yeah. What's she going for?
She'll be safe then and go for the higher 5th level.
Ooh, 5th level is exactly what you needed.
Ah.
Hell yeah.
So the hammer hits the ground, like crackling with energy, but as it hits the ground, there's just a dull doosh as it hits the ground. And the figure looks down, then looks across the room to Atala, who has her hand outstretched and has unraveled the magic around it. God, I love Counterspell.
Shit, Hannah. Yes.
Love Counterspell. That is the figure's full turn. Fuck. Doesn't get anything back. No. No? Yeah, full turn. There you go.
Mm.
The creature will make one last cantrip because it's about to get its turn back anyway. It will shoot at Grey again.
What?
Pew pew. Oh, it misses. 15 to hit.
Yep.
Atala.
Atala, with a hand outstretched from counterspelling, just looks towards the armored guy. And she's gonna cast. She just puts like 2 fingers to her temple. She's gonna do a Psychic Lance.
Ooh, that's a cool spell as well.
Ooh.
Amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Go Professor X on this
It is
motherfucker.
a intelligence save.
Oh shit. Intelligence save. That's a lot of dice. Intelligence save.
That's a lot of nuts.
Ooh, it's not good at this. Oh, but it does get advantage. Whoops, I rolled the wrong one, but I'll just account for that because it rolled real bad. Yeah, definitely fails.
Nice.
Takes 31 psychic
31
damage.
damage,
Okay, now.
And is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Holy shit, you just made it waste 2 turns.
Yeah, man.
I think Tom just threw up in his
Um,
mouth.
It's fucking awesome, is what it is.
Atala's gonna run away from this thing as well.
Mind bullets.
30
Incapacitated.
feet. It's probably
Please,
run towards Bungo, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, over there.
The squad in the corner.
Yeah, the group, but
Very cool.
Yeah.
Alright, last turn before we finish the session for today. Spellcaster gets its 3 legendary actions back.
You scary skeleton.
And it is going to...
Is it going to be the second counter spell?
She did just have her turn.
Yeah.
Still has eye bite up. Yeah, so it'll keep concentration on that then. Doesn't want to get in danger though. And I will say, because the skeletons act on its turn, these ones go fucking running. Because of 10 undead.
Yay! It worked. It worked.
It actually did the thing. He needs to take out Bungo though.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Is Bungo like taking cover or anything, or does he have cover?
He's behind
Boxes of rock
some.
and shit.
Yeah, I would definitely give him some cover. I need to measure up anyway. Unfortunately, this isn't an attack roll, so cover won't affect it.
Oh.
The spellcaster sees you as the main threat here, Bungo.
Hmm.
And with the staff in one hand, it slowly raises the other skeletal arm and points a finger towards you.
Oh, I don't like fingers.
No.
Bungo recognises this as bad. Joykeeper on myself.
Joykeeper on yourself. How does Sanctuary, does Sanctuary say like anything harmful? Because this isn't an attack roll.
No, it does say
Mm.
a spell triggers it, so I will post it in the
Oh.
chat anyway.
Very cool.
Don't
Wisdom save.
know why it's not fucking displaying it. Hate D&D Beyond. There we go.
Ooh.
Why is it showing inflict wounds?
Again, Tom,
There.
with the can I tell the spell?
Or a
No.
harmful spell. So
This one would be an arcana check.
Okay.
Got my DC in mind. Wow, really unlucky. No, you don't know the level.
Shit. Warlocks only get 3 spell slots.
It does, however, fail its wisdom save against Sanctuary, and the spell is diverted. Who does it get diverted to?
Hey, for drama's sake, Atala would be really good.
Yep,
I mean,
true.
I would argue that it would go for the nearest target to it.
I disagree with that.
Wouldn't it just go for the one that it thinks next? Because
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
get
highest
to redirect it.
Second level threat.
Okay, who's been the next? Okay, so yeah, Atala's been counter-spelling and shit, so yeah, it would go for Atala.
Oh yeah.
Counter spell it.
I'm gonna count.
It's a roll. It's a roll if it's lower. It's not just like a failure.
Yeah, you have to roll.
Okay. Well, let's do the lower level, and we'll just. That's a finger, though. It's a finger, guys.
It is a finger
It's a
gun
finger.
of power.
I don't like fingers. No, we're gonna do. No, we're gonna do big.
You set Anya off. Okay,
No, we'll do big
so-
level.
counter spell at what level?
Fifth level.
5th level.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is not enough to immediately counter spell it, but as Natalie said, that then becomes a roll.
Mm.
So this
It would
is.
I never remember how it works.
Equals.
Yeah, I need to look at
It says the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So
Yeah, but what do you have to roll? An
But-
ability check using your spellcasting ability. So she has to make a charisma check, and the DC would be 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay, I know the DC. Make your roll.
What was it? Charisma check?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes!
Oh!
Actually, it was level 15. So streaking forward, this wave of negative energy that seems to suck the light and life out of the air reaches over towards you, Atala, and once again, well, can you tell me how does Atala unravel this fucking powerful spell that was hurtling towards you?
I'm assuming it was Finger of Death.
It was Finger of Death.
Yeah.
Ah!
Fucking hell.
I remember that spell from Babalai Saga.
I think she just holds her hand like outstretched and sort of waves it a little bit and unravels it like string, like unraveling itself.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Like tendrils of the darkness just get pulled until there's nothing left.
Exactly.
Yeah. If a fucking skeleton could look angry, grow eyebrows and look angry.
I'm just
it
glad
would.
he doesn't have a counterspell of himself, or seemingly so anyway.
No.
Yeah.
Yep, seemingly so.
Good.
Incredible. So with
Wow, those counterspells are fucked to these guys.
that, yep, that was real big.
Why don't
But-
no one ever play
but-
Wizard?
But the skeletons, though, they're going to attack great. Yeah! they both rolled a 2 or a 6 as they attack you, great. But yeah, with that display of arcane prowess and awesomeness, we will end today's session mid-combat.